it is time to dive into our team reports, and we're going to start with Raider. Jim, give us an idea. We've kind of definitely glossed a little bit over it, but dive a little deeper into what the Las Vegas Raiders are doing this offseason.
Yeah, Garoppolo, okay, we all know that's a done deal, 3 years, $67.5 million. And I like to think, because I remember back in the day, there's something about Garoppolo, and I can see him bringing that same kind of flair that Stabler used to bring into the locker room and into the huddle, and just loosen up these guys, have a good time. But I think he's going to be able to execute if they give him the right tools around him. And then I also understand that a couple of Las Vegas finest, and what I mean by Las Vegas finest are a couple of young ladies who work at one of the establishments outside of Las Vegas, have offered him a gold card. You ever need to come visit, come and visit. It's on us in more ways than one, I'm sure. But anyway, Garoppolo is just this rock star waiting to he didn't ask for that, but it's there. And it's this, I think he and the city are going to get along very, very well. I think they would have done well to hang on to Lawler, although maybe with that little bit of injury he had last season, maybe the Raider upper management picked up on something. Maybe it was an attitude along with the injury, and they thought, before this gets any worse, let's go ahead and cut the ties and shake hands while we're all still being gentlemen. Let's hope Josh Jacobs signs. It's too bad to see him play as well as he did last year. It took him that many seasons to put together a good run, but he played a hell of a season last year. He deserves that franchise tag, in my estimation, and now I just hope he signs it. Keeping Jacobi Meyers, a good move. That was a good thing. They should have hung on to on the other side of the ball. I was sorry to see Perriman go. I think he was one of the stronger players in the linebacking core. Get it? He missed a couple games himself, but we'll see what happens with this new crew that they bring in. Unfortunately, I go back to it kind of sums up the whole Raider management and player management, if you will. They brought in, I think it was Martinez was his last name, right? The linebacker. And yes. Halfway into the season, he says, "Hey man, I just sold a Pokemon card. I'm out." And that's just kind of how the Raider moves have gone. Everybody was all excited years ago. Oh, they got Jamarcus Russell. He can sit on his butt at the 20-yard line, hit the other end zone. Yeah, but unfortunately, he was supposed to throw it 30 yards out in the flat. He just he couldn't do it. So I hope they get in the right people. Rock Ya-Sin, they need to get him signed. Is he the best defensive back in the league? Not by any stretch, but he's a go-getter. He's a player. He is there 100%, 110% every time he's in the lineup. I would say sign that kid. A thing just came out today that there is talk and rumor that maybe Budda Baker, the safety from Arizona, may be looked at by the Raiders. That would be interesting. The thing is, it's going to cost you more. They're not going to give up their first-round pick by any chance, their number 7 pick. I don't think they're going to be able to just throw the 70 pick out there, and Arizona's going to say, okay, might have to give up that middle pick, which is like 35, 38, something like that. Plus, Baker's going to want a lot of money. But when you look at what the secondary has done, maybe it's time to start investing some money there. So we'll see what materializes from all that talk. Probably the most important thing to me that the Raiders really need to look at is they need to lock up Andre James, the center. Again, back to the offensive lineman. Is he the best center in the game? Not by any stretch, but he's young, and he did very, very well. He and other guys were opening bigger holes for Josh Jacobs than Jacobs had seen his entire term with the Raiders at this point. This kid's good, and he's just going to develop. He is going to be that cornerstone guy, kind of like a Rodney Hudson. So I do hope they take a good look at Andre James, give him the money, get out of UCLA, heck of a player, lock him up. You want to keep Garoppolo safe? Lock up James.
Yeah. I tell you what, I had to bring myself back down because that Jimmy G. I'm glad you didn't end on that, because it may have just been 30 seconds of me just smiling and trying to get my composure back together. That was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, that was a big story. And you know what? good for everyone involved. Everything consensual, and it's, behind closed doors. Do what you got to do. But make sure you're ready to go on Sunday. That is for sure. But definitely interesting stuff would be coming out for the Raiders. I tell you what, that Budda Baker pick, that would be a huge pickup. May need to go into next year's draft and give up a first round pick, which might be a little scary if you are a Raider fan.
And I know we've got draft picks down towards the end of our show here, but I will tell you the other note that I have under the Raiders is I know they're looking at him. He's one of their top 2 as far as I know, but I hope they really give a good hard look at their first pick being Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State, a 6'2.5" cornerback, weighs 190 pounds. That boy can hit, and he's fast, and he's got long hands, long arms, and they have needed a quarterback with size and stature like that. And he's also a good, smart player, knows how to play the position.
Is that Joey Porter's son?
That'd be him.
Oh boy. So yeah, I can already tell he's got some intensity. Maybe a little leaner than Dad, because Dad was a pretty imposing linebacker. But hey, he's got the football genes, he's got the intensity, and he's got a borderline Hall of Famer as a mentor as well. But I've definitely seen that name definitely tossed around in the top 10. Going to be very interesting to see.